not scientists, do those data provide scientists good information? And if they are collected in the appropriate manner and enough information is gathered at the time that they collect that data, then definitely they're usable. But there are some data points that you just can't use in volunteer collected data. For instance, in the Christmas bird count data, everybody goes out and censuses for all day, and they want to see as many birds as they possibly can. Well, they'll see a bird flying away and they'll say, oh, that was a peregrine falcon. So then if you look at the data for all the peregrine falcons in America, it's a monolayer over the whole United States. People are seeing birds that aren't peregrine falcons because they want to be able to have said they saw a peregrine falcon in there. So you have to be careful about how you use it. You have to validate the data, make sure that it's right. When in the Christmas bird count data, when you have people trying to census birds that are very, very gregarious, people just can't count those numbers of species and numbers of individuals. So you have to ignore those data. So when you're collecting data, when other people are collecting data, the data are good, but they have to be validated. And there's some data that may not be usable, at least for right now, and so you can't use them.
And you were really up on using smartphones as a way of validating that data, right?
Well, I'm really excited about the fact that we can use smartphones and that we can use the social network. It's actually opening up the door to allow many, many more people to actually get involved with data collection. You can be a 5-year-old and all of a sudden you see a bug walking on the sidewalk. If you have your dad's cell phone, you can take a picture and you send it by the social network, and all of a sudden people will come back and tell you that's a so-and-so. And that piece of information that you have just recorded is usable by people across the world. There are two reasons that I think citizen science is very, very important. First of all, we can't do a lot of the science that we do if we didn't have citizen-collected data, because you need a whole army to go out and collect the data that I needed to use to actually look at what's happening with bird ranges. The other thing that I think is very important with citizen science is that it's getting the citizen involved in science. It's getting them involved in understanding all of the different animals that occur out there, all the different plants that occur out there, or how the water is polluted or not polluted. It gets them involved, and I think that's a very important thing to have people really understanding what's going on in their environment.